Good day, here are the top stories from the Philippine News Agency. We start in Navotas, where President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. brought hope to fisherfolk affected by the Bataan oil spill. During the distribution of various aid to fisherfolk and their families in Navotas City, the President provided over 64.5 million pesos in financial assistance to almost 9,000 fisherfolk and their families. He pledged to increase the aid for each of the beneficiaries from 5,000 to 7,500 pesos. Aside from the financial aid, the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources has also provided livelihood interventions such as post-harvest materials, capacity building, and replacement of nets for mussel culture, kadiwa, and fuel subsidy. The Office of House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez would also donate 10 kilograms of rice to each beneficiary. Marcos says an investigation is underway to identify those who are involved in oil smuggling and those who should be held accountable for the incident.
Sa pagtutulungan ng ating mga ahensya, naselyuhan na ng balbula ng MTKR Terra Nova at nakolekta na ang kulang sa 1,400,000 litro ng langis mula sa ika-19 na Agosto hanggang sa ika-10 nitong buwan na ito na Setyembre. Sa usapin naman ng investigasyon, tuloy-tuloy ang paghahanap natin ng sagot sa mga katanungan. May kinalaman ba ang barkong ito sa oil smuggling? Bakit ang dalawang barko sa kabila ng walang rehistro ay napatakbo sa ating karagatan? Lahat ito ay iniimbestigahan para tiyakin na papanagutin natin ang mga may sala.
Meanwhile, Marcos assures residents of Navotas City that fish and shellfish from their area are now safe for consumption and that the quality of air and water in Navotas is now suitable for public health.
Sa gitna ng mga katanungan, may mabuting balita naman tayong hatid. Ligtas nang ihain ang isda at iba pang mga pagkaing dagat sa ating mga lamesa. Sa makatuwid, maayos po ang kalidad ng hangin at tubig sa Navotas para sa kalusugan ng ating mga kababayan.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. is keeping the United Nations General Assembly's 79th session. In a statement, Communications Secretary Cesar Chavez confirms that Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo will represent Marcos and articulate the country's responses to global challenges. He also emphasized the need for solutions within the framework of peace and cooperation enshrined in the UN Charter. This marks the second consecutive year that President Marcos has skipped the UNGA, having been represented by Manalo at last year's session as well. The high-level general debate will commence on September 24 with over 100 world leaders expected to participate. House Speaker Martin Romualdez hailed the drop in prices of rice as he credited the Marcos administration's efforts to make rice more affordable. Romualdez visited Guadalupe Market in Makati City as well as Nepa Q Market and Farmers Market in Quezon City, together with the Philippine Rice Industry Stakeholders Movement, the Department of Trade and Industry, and the Department of Agriculture. They noted that broken rice in the three key markets is being sold by as low as 42 pesos per kilo, while well-milled rice and other varieties are sold at 45 pesos per kilo. Romualdez expressed hope the trend will benefit Filipino families as Christmas season approaches. He cited the government's efforts to stabilize rice prices, particularly the issuance of Executive Order 62, which moved to cut the duties on imported rice from 35% to 15%. He also touted the long-term solutions implemented by the administration, such as increasing rice production, improving import regulations, and penalizing those involved in illegal trade practices. At the same time, Romualdez highlighted the House's efforts to combat rice hoarding and price manipulation. Romualdez called on local government units and private stakeholders to support moves to bring down the cost of essential goods. No less than President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. made it clear Defense Secretary Gilberto Chodoro Jr.'s supposed resignation is fake news. The president criticized those behind the rumors, saying they are sowing disorder. Here's our report.
With news and information spreading like wildfire online, so does misinformation. Its latest victim, Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr., whom reports said have already resigned. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s response, a strong rebuke for so-called desperate individuals sowing division amid the fake news on Teodoro's supposed resignation. In a media interview, Marcos warned the public not to fall for misinformation as he laughed off the news on Teodoro being spread on social media. He said such individuals do not contribute to the life and betterment of Filipinos.
Fake, 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 fake news. Yan. Ang lumalabas lang dyan, ito mga desperado, nag-iimbento na lang na istorya para gumawa lang ng gulo. Wala naman silang maibibigay, wala silang naitutulong, wala silang kontribusyon sa buhay ng bawat Pilipino, kundi paninira lamang, kundi panggugulo lamang.
The president said Malacanang is the only credible source for news on movement in the cabinet. He advised the public to rely only on verified and credible sources of information.
Huwag po kayo madala sa ganyan. Patuloy po ang aming trabaho. Hindi po kami titigil. Lahat po ng ating mga kasamahan ay walang ginawa po, kundi araw-araw, bagong paggising hanggat matulog, ay kung paano tumulong at paano pagandahin ang Pilipinas.
The Presidential Communications Office echoed Marcos' remarks, saying the president's trust and confidence in Teodoro never wavered. Presidential Communications Office Secretary Cesar Chavez said the rumors on social media were mere attempts to sow discord in the defense sector. He appealed that those protecting the people and the country's territory should be spared from politicking. The Department of National Defense also belied its chief's resignation. DND spokesperson Arsenio Andolong said Teodoro and the entire agency are in fact focused on efforts to boost the nation's capability and the protection of our territorial integrity. For the Pna Headlines, I'm Kevin Ortiz.
In news overseas, Canada has announced it is donating up to 200,000 doses of mpox vaccine. A spokesperson for Canada's International Development Minister said it is donating doses of the vaccine Imvamune, depending on the capacity of receiving countries for storage and administration. The amount is expected to address the severe lack of mpox vaccine in African nations since the global outbreak in 2022. Meantime, Canada is working closely with global health experts, including the International Vaccine Alliance Gavi and the World Health Organization, to identify those who need vaccine the most and determine how to deliver them as soon as possible. It is also assured that it has sufficient supply of mpox vaccine to prevent and control its spread in the country. The WHO declared mpox a global health emergency last month. Back in the Philippines, the number of mpox cases in the country has risen to 15 as of Wednesday, September 11. The Department of Health said the latest case is from the National Capital Region. 11 of the cases are from Metro Manila, 3 are from Calabarzon, and 1 is from Cagayan Valley. 14 of the cases are male, while 1 is female. The patients range in age from 12 to 41 years old. Last August, the DOH said it asked the WHO for 2,000 doses of vaccine to help stop the spread of mpox. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA Headlines. For more news updates, please visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed via the Serbisyo Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. I am Wilnard Basilonia. This is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.